Hello? Okay, we're like a few minutes late, so I'll go ahead and get started.
Ready.
Alright, so this is the panel for the Brony Chronicles. If you're not here, you're in the wrong room.
Oh.
So, the Brony Chronicles is basically a fan-made documentary. It's completely fan-made. And I've been working on it with Saber, if you guys know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically how this came about is that Saber and I started talking. I messaged him about doing a collaboration of some sort. And at first we were just throwing ideas around, and I really liked his Ballad of the Brony, and he liked my video, and we thought, why don't we just put them together? Because mine was a little bit more about the show, and his was a little bit more about the fandom, so we were thinking, why not put those two things together? And it was a while before we actually had anything concrete as an idea, but I think it wasn't until the first Bronies React by AC Racebest that I had the idea of going around and interviewing different people. Originally, we were just going to do webcam reviews, having people send in stuff. But then we kind of thought about it as like, why don't we just go to BronyCon and do some interviews there? And so we picked out some people and messaged them about doing some interviews. And then we decided, you know what, we need a really good camera for this. And we also thought about going to Everfree Northwest. So we started up a Kickstarter back in late April, I believe, and it ran on until the end of May. And we gathered up over $9,000 for it. It's not as much as other Kickstarters, but you know, it was enough for us. And so we bought the camera equipment. There's one, just that one recording right now. But the thing is that once we bought all our equipment and we went to BronyCon and Everfree, we kind of realized that we have a lot of content. So we decided to do the documentary in different parts. Originally, Saber wanted to call the documentary Chronicle of the Brony, like a kind of sequel to Ballad of the Brony, but I said, that's stupid, don't do that. So I said, why not just say the Brony Chronicles? And he was like, why did I think of that? Because, and it makes sense with having it in parts since it says Chronicles, it's plural, so. The different parts are going to be, the first part is just going to be about the beginning of the show and the fandom and just explaining that. And then the second part is going to be about the content that the fans make. And then the third part, well, though the content part might be separated into two parts because we actually have a lot about that. And the third part is going to be about sociology of Bronies, and Saber is going to be writing a lot of that because that's a bit of what he went to school for. And then the fourth part is going to be the conclusion, and we're going to be talking about the different conventions and the meets and everything, and like what's in store for the future. But Saber put together a little promo video, and I tended to have a lot done by now, but due to different circumstances, we haven't really got that much done except for the filming. And we still have one more con we're going to film at, and that's Candlelight Gardens. We were recently invited to there, and we didn't plan on it, so we thought, well, we might as well do some more interviews there. At BronyCon and Everfree Northwest, each one we had about 20 different interviews. So we have about 40 right now. Oh yeah, and another thing, at Candlelight Gardens we might try getting some interviews from the actual staff of the show. We have some promise about getting Michelle Trieber, since she's a bit more involved with having her show on Everfree Radio. So we might be able to interview her at Candlelight Gardens. But right now we're going to show you a little promo video that Saber made.
Jim, how much shame should these guys feel?
Hold on. This F11. Yeah, you're gonna have to
Alright, there we go.
change it. Oh, yeah, now press F11.
Live, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll do it live.
Let's do it again. Okay.
This phenomenon of Brony conventions, I think, clearly was foretold in the Book of Revelation. This is it. We are toast. It is over. Please get those pictures off of my show.
Bill, there are worse hobbies for a young lad to have. Terrorism.
Okay.
Yes!
I think it's the end of
Civilization.
These are grown men who stay remembered and have now started filing for disability like baby man because they love My Little Pony so much and they like going to chat rooms and discussing My Little Ponies, like, the subtext and plots, that now they cannot work because they become obsessed with My Little Pony.
I'm Brony Mike, and you got punked. Ask the questions again.
He's like, what?
Alright, so that was that promo video. Basically what I'm going to do now, a couple things I want to mention. The music that was used during the first part was called Gently Pleased by Taps. And then the second one is 20% Cooler by Ken Ashbrook. We actually got permission from him to use that as the title song for the documentary. And Tommy XE is making the title sequence. And you saw that General Mumble was in there. He's creating the original score for the documentary. So, now I'm pretty much just going to be opening to questions. So, if you guys have anything you want to ask about it?
Do you have a general prediction for when it will come out?
Yeah, when, I'm not sure if you saw the end there, we said like November. We were going to aim for mid-October, but since we didn't know that we were going to be going to Caroline Gardens, yeah.
When do you plan on, where do you plan on debuting it? Do you plan on debuting it on the con, or are you gonna like do a mass?
We're actually going to debut it on Everfree Radio's website. We're going to debut it there, and then like a day later, we're going to debut a part there. We're probably going to do one a week, or either we're going to have a whole week where we just debut it. But after debuting, it's just going to be uploaded to Everfree Radio's YouTube channel, so you can just view it for free. Yes?
What's the thing you're most looking forward to about this documentary?
The thing I'm most looking forward to, I'm not sure. I guess I'm looking forward to people's reactions. I mean, it seemed like you guys were excited about it.
Yeah, would this be the kind of documentary that you would show someone who like doesn't understand the fandom at all?
Yeah, that's sort of what we're trying to aim towards. Because since the first part is just going to be explaining the show and the fandom, that's going to like introduce them to what it's about, and then the other parts are just going to delve more into it. So.
Oh.
Everyone jump up at once. At all levels at once.
He's right there.
I know.
I have a question.
What?
How is this different from John Delancey's documentary?
Oh.
It's better.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, we thought of it first. So I don't know, because we had the idea to do the thing with the interviews back in March, and once we made the Kickstarter, like I don't know, like 5 or 6 days later, John Delancey announced his. So we were like, oh, okay. Also, ours aren't, the documentary is going to be completely free to view. We're not going to charge $30 for a digital download. So.
They actually do shut up and take your money.
Will the discs be distributed before or after its debut on Everfree Radio?
I think before. We're going to try to do before. Because for the donors, we had a reward of a physical copy of the DVD with some extra stuff on it. But the extra stuff will eventually be uploaded, but it will probably be a lot later on, like probably next year. Yes?
You said you had like 40 plus interviews. How many of those do you think are going to make it in like the official cut?
Yeah, I know of some that might not make it. Like, unfortunately, even though I love General Mumble, his interview wasn't, that great because he's very soft-spoken. He can't really, he did have a few interesting things to say, but, and also another thing is that we were trying to get used to using the lapel mics, and he was our second interview, I believe, and he had it like near his headphones. Because he was wearing his headphones, we had the lapel mic like that, and it just like kept moving around, and like there's a lot of noise with it, so we might not be able to use that. But as far as like how many will make it, I think most of them are really going to make it. Yes?
About how long is it going to be? Hour and a half?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, that's why we decided on parts, because we figured that if we put it all in one video, it would probably be over 3 hours long.
Do it.
But Saber said he's going to put it all in one video, put it on his channel anyway. So he likes putting up the long videos. Yes?
Do you plan on making more documentaries in the future after this is all said and done?
I have no idea. The thing is, like, I was figuring about maybe double majoring in, because right now my major is zoology, and I'm thinking that I might do a double major in film, because I really like to do nature documentaries, so that's sort of practice, I guess. But except for we're doing interviews, we're not like going out and doing things. But I might try doing something next year, like with with my professor in Salamanders. I might ask him about doing something like that. Yes?
Oh, are you doing any interviews with some of the guests here? Or?
I might. I'm not sure. I don't have Saber here with me, so usually we have both of us like do things. But I might actually interview Mystery Ben because he's here, and I'm actually going to try to have him as a guest on Brony Breakdown coming up next. By the way, Brony Breakdown was moved to this room, so it's not going to be in panel 2. So if you guys are here are going to be here for Brony Breakdown, just stay here. So.
Retweet.
Oh yeah, retweet too. Yes?
Yeah, what do you and Saber Spark like better? Brony Con or F3 Northwest?
Oh jeez. They had a really different feel. The thing about Everfree is that it was in 2 different places, so we had to keep going back and forth between the hotels. And the main events at the at Everfree at the Holiday Inn was like at the top of the hotel, so we had to go in the elevator or on the stairs, and there are only 3 elevators. So, but the panels were really good at Everfree Northwest, and the audio was a lot better as far as the panels go. Because at BronyCon it was just like big one Costco building, but as far as what I like better, I don't know. No comment?
If only this place had a chat box, it would probably be filling with random comments.
Do what?
If this place had a chat box, it would be filling with random comments.
Yes?
What do you think of Texas?
What do I think of Texas? Well, this is my first time in Texas. My first impressions? Well, I have actually been in layovers in Texas when I used to go out to California, but that's not actually going to Texas. But it's hot. It feels kind of the same in North Carolina right now, so it's just like, But I'm glad they have sun drop here.
I like it. Purple like a top.
Yeah, there you go.
It's pretty hot.
Yes?
Their website, we can go to for information about this program.
Oh yes, the BronyChronicles.com. We have that as a domain, and we also have the Brony Chronicles Tumblr, which is just the BronyChronicles.tumblr.com. I actually update more there more because Saber's trying to use the website, but he doesn't update it as much. So I usually run the Tumblr, and he runs the website, but he might make me do both. So. Yes?
The partnership you have with Saber Spark, what's that like working together on it?
It's really fun. I mean, like once we started talking to each other, we pretty much instantly became best friends because we do the same stuff. But like it's just a lot of fun. He's always able to make me laugh. So.
Yes.
Yes.
I have to agree with what you said about Saber Spark because, I mean, I follow everything he does, especially Brony's React.
Oh yeah, Brony's React.
Sunshine, Ladybug's
Yeah, I might. Yeah. If you guys are sticking around here for Brony Breakdown, yeah, we're gonna try to do a Skype call with him so we can actually do it together because if only one of us is doing Brony Breakdown, it's just not the same. So. How many seats are left anyway?
5. We got some spare chairs in there.
Okay. I'll have to remind the people outside that this is not basic sewing and fabric.
They put a notice outside the door.
Yeah. I was walking by though and I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
So. Yes?
So what are we probably going to see first, this or season 3?
I don't know. I don't know. They still haven't said anything about season 3, and like, because like this time last year, it was already announced for season 2, but I don't know. I feel like they're probably going to announce it sometime this month, and it's probably going to be like sometime in October. I would guess they might launch it like the same time they launched season 1, which was October 10th, or something like that, or something on that week. But season 3 will probably be posted first. Yes?
I know that you had this question on Tumblr once before, especially since I was the one who asked it. But what do you think that having only 13 episodes is going to do with content of season 3, especially since there may be 2 powders or more?
So I think of what?
The content of season 3, since there's only going to be 13 episodes, especially.
Oh yeah, there's only going to be 13.
2 powders.
I think that they're going to try to give some characters a bit more light than before. I'm really hoping that they might do a Scootaloo episode.
Yes!
Yes!
Applejack actually singing for once.
Yeah, Applejack's song too.
Especially since her voice actor is actually in a band.
Yeah.
Or Derpy.
Yeah, don't bring the line.
Come back.
I don't think that.
Yes.
Just for your information, it's so heavily implied that there's going to be a Scootaloo episode. I was watching the interviews at Evergreen Northwest where they were interviewing the CMCs, Michelle and Claire.
Oh yeah.
And they implied it so heavily. Like they were asking, what do you think? Is there going to be a Scootaloo episode? And I know you can't tell us spoilers. And Maddie was just, watch season 3.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're probably going to do that. Any more questions about the documentary? Oh, I might as well tell you a bit some of the people that we had, besides the ones that I showed up there. Because up there we had Macan, Mike the Microphone, Brony Mike. What else do we have? Huh? AC Race Best, yeah. EQI, yeah, those guys are hilarious. Their interview is like we interviewed them for like 50 minutes, just asking them questions, and it's just really funny. But some people that we interviewed at BronyCon, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but Saber made another promotional video beforehand and uploaded to his channel, and he showed some people there. Actually showed one person there, Tarby. He was on there on that promotional video, but then we interviewed him again at Evergreen Northwest because he said, I don't feel like I did it right, so because his hair was all messed up and everything. But and then let's see, who else do we have? Brony Dance Party, that's another one. Let's see, what's another good one? Actually, no.
Did you interview Yellow?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, he was great.
Was he screaming during the interview?
Actually, the complete opposite. Because he had been screaming all day at BronyCon. We interviewed him. Actually, the story is that we were in line with Yak Labs Solrak. We were in line with him and Omnipony, and we were talking to them during the line because we were waiting. We were in like the panelist line, and those two weren't on a panel, but they were recognized and said, "You guys can go in this line." And we're like, okay. But Saber and I were on the podcast panel, and we were just talking to them, and we were asking them, "Hey, you want to interview?" Because they weren't scheduled. So we just asked them if they wanted to do something on Sunday, and we interviewed Solrak, and I think his was the most surprising one. You'll see it in the documentary. And then we interviewed Omnipony and his parents because they had a really good relationship about the Brony thing. So we figured we'd interview him with his parents. Yes?
Did you interview regular congoers at all?
We did go around and film some of the BronyCon and just talk to people. We might do a lot more of that at Caroline Gardens because we're actually going to have a lot more time there because we won't have as many interviewees. Because most of the time we were just booked most of the day just interviewing people. Because we mainly were in the hotel room the entire time doing interviews. We didn't really see that many panels or anything. Yes?
Did you interview the living Tombstone?
We were going to interview Tombstone, but at BronyCon, like he was just dead tired, like because he was like passing out in his room. But he talked to Saber about it, and we might do a webcam interview with him. But oh yeah, another thing, that Tombstone is actually doing the credits song for the documentary.
Too much dancing with Tower Strong, huh?
Do what? Yes?
Which person out of all the people you interviewed was your favorite to interview?
That's a hard one. Actually, there's one that there's one that we interviewed that we weren't expecting to get at Everfree. But I won't say who that is, but it's somebody who is really well known. But there is another one that's really well known that I really liked. And I was actually really determined to get him an interview because on the Sunday for Everfree Northwest, we were having some people who were late or rescheduled, and like Pixel Kitties and Mike, we had to reschedule them. And then we were going to get Mando Pony and Acoustic Brony, but we weren't able to get Acoustic Brony, but we're probably going to get Mando Pony at Caroline Gardens, since he felt kind of bad that we were talking to him about doing it, but he was performing like the whole time, or practicing or doing things with people the whole time at Everfree. But one person that went to Everfree who apparently people thought he was at BronyCon, but he said I wasn't at BronyCon, was Pinkie Pie Swear. So yeah, he was a really good one. Oh, another one. Hold on a minute. But yeah, another one that was really good was Denotive. His interview was great.
That's what I was going to ask. That's what I was about to ask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody's staring at you.
You got to explain it pretty well.
Yes.
How much time and effort was put towards the documentary? Like, what all did you have to do?
Well, setting up the tripod and like the lapel bikes and everything, and just going around the cons, and as far as like the actual filming, how much filming we did, I know at BronyCon we had over 10 hours of footage. At Everfree, I'm not sure how much, probably more at Everfree. So, yeah, it's probably, we might end up with over 30 hours by the end of this, of actual filming. Is like time and effort, I'm not sure, because editing might take a little while. So, but we're probably going to work on it nonstop once we get the script complete. So, because we're also going to do some narrative parts where we narrate over it. So, do you have your hand up, over?
He asked the question I asked. Is what he asked.
Oh, okay. Yes?
Just because no one else seems to be asking questions, what kind of dolphin is your favorite?
Oh, rough-toothed dolphin. It's because the PaleoSteno. Steno actually comes from Steno brennanensis, which is the scientific name for a rough-toothed dolphin. So.
In English? Just kidding.
Yes?
Are you interested in any other aquatic mammals besides dolphins?
Besides dolphins?
Yes.
Whales? But though technically dolphins are whales. I mean, whales are used for all cetaceans, but...
Don't get it started.
Yes?
Do you have a favorite pet of the main six?
Do I have what?
A favorite pet
A favorite pet?
of the main six?
I like Angel a lot.
Angel is abusive.
Well, he's been with him since he was a filly, so I suppose he's old and grumpy.
Yeah. Yes?
I don't know if this question is asked. I did just come in here, but how well is working on this documentary fitting in with like your daily life schedule? I know you had to go back to university.
Yeah. Recently it's been kind of weird since I just started back at NC State. So but right now I'm only taking online classes, so that helps a bit. But as far as fitting in with like my regular schedule, it hasn't really bothered much. Like I still do the Brony breakdown every week, and I have to prepare for that. And once season 3 starts, I have to do the reviews that I usually do, and I'm not sure how much time I'll have to work on a documentary during that too. But I'm going to try to get as much as I can done before we go to Candlelight Gardens. So hopefully, like this month will be the month that Saber and I get most of it done. So, yes?
I don't think I've heard Robo Paleo in a while. Have you?
Oh yeah, I got a new computer, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yes?
I know that at one point you said that Bronies were practically taking over your life and that you didn't really have time for your other passions.
Yeah.
And you were taking a break. Did that work out, or? Just out of.
I'm not sure. I'm making a documentary about it. So. Yes?
When you first just started watching the show, did you ever think that you would end up doing something like this? Going from just someone who has found this new cartoon to someone making a documentary about said cartoon?
Well, the interesting thing is that I wanted to start doing something similar to what CR does on that guy with the glasses.com. He does the because CR does a show called Familiar Faces, and he goes through these different cartoons and talking about different characters. And I was thinking, I should talk about cartoons. So I started sort of doing that with a video I have called Concerning Cartoon Network, and then another one called The Sabers and I Cartoons. And then originally I was going to have My Little Pony as part of that, but then I realized I had too much to talk about. So I just made a really long video about that. And as far as like doing a documentary like this, I never thought I would, like a year ago I didn't think I would be doing this. So, yeah. Yes?
What was your favorite Zelda game?
My favorite Zelda game?
Yeah.
Link's Awakening. Yeah. Yes?
I know this documentary is going to focus more on the show and the fandom, but if you got the chance to interview any of the staff, would they make it into the cut?
Yes, they would. That's what we're trying to do at Candlelight Gardens. Most likely, it would probably be Michelle Freeberg. So, since she's part of Everfree Radio now, it might be easier for us to get her for an interview. Yes?
Since no one else decided to ask this question, which is your favorite one?
My favorite pony is Soylent.
Fluttershy is best pony.
Prince Blue Blood.
No, why?
Toasty! Toasty!
What have you done?
He's a dragon, doesn't count.
The spike is best.
My favorite pony is a Shetland pony. The funny thing is that Hot Diggity Demon had a panel at Evergreen Northwest, and people would ask, "Who's your favorite pony?" The Shetland pony. They're smart. They can carry a lot of load.
So you don't have a favorite pony?
What? Yeah. Oh no, I said Twilight.
Oh.
Yes.
Is there anything interesting or surprising that you discovered during the Brony Chronicles, during making it?
Anything surprising? Well, actually, at BronyCon, all of our interviews were great. Like, we didn't have any people who I thought that might, cause us problems or anything. But at Evergreen, we had a couple like that, but I won't really go into detail about it. But we kind of started off with some people, and that kind of like set the mood for the weekend, and I was kind of discouraged. But our last interviews were Pinkie Pie Swear and Equestrian Choir, and that kind of raised my hopes a bit. Especially also because we didn't plan on interviewing McCon. And that was kind of after the interviews where I was kind of iffy about. And McCon was really great. So, but the majority of the interviews that we've done have been really good. As far as what I've discovered, one thing that I've discovered is that same thing that Saber said to me is that the group of Bronies that we picked out is very, very diverse. So there are a few people on that we interviewed that are well known, and some people that are not really well known. Like my friend Tom, he's known as Brony Curious.
Tom.
Yeah, he actually goes by the handle Tom, not that Tom. But yeah, just like, I guess Bronies are very diverse, so. Yes?
What's your opinion about the fursuiter ponies?
The what?
Fursuiters. Furries.
Oh, fursuiters. Oh, fursuiter pony, like actual ponies or just regular fursuits?
Ponies.
Ponies. Oh, like the derby one and actually I think they're pretty cool. Like if they're like really well done like that, like I'd take a picture with them or something. Like they actually had a couple at Evergreen Northwest. There was a Twilight and Shining Armor, and like their horns lit up and everything. That was great.
That was cool.
Yes?
This is just a funny thing that happened to me once at BronyCon. I once tried to blow her Dopey and I missed.
Oh, you did?
Just didn't know when
I missed.
Yes?
I just wanted to ask, since the very beginning of your journey into this fandom, what is the one experience that has stuck with you the most?
That's a tough one. I think it's probably when I went to when I went to BronyCon, and because that was my first convention, and then I met up with Saber, and then we just started talking normally because we had been talking so long on Skype that I was like, oh hey. So it was like, and we were talking to the notice about it too, because like, it still feels like a little surreal, but we've been talking to each other for like so long that it's not weird. We just, two people on the internet just met, and then now we're talking together. So yeah, I think it's just that first time meeting everybody. What's happening?
Tacos.
Tacos.
Tacos outside.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
There's some tacos or something else for tacos.
I want to go check and see if
They're okay.
No, you might want to check outside to see if like the people are waiting for basic sewing and fabric.
Well, actually, that's going on in panel.
Yeah, but it doesn't say it on the schedule.
But they have signs outside.
Yeah.
Well, you might like.
But they're easily missable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have volunteers.
This door right here. This is when it becomes the Spider-Man.
And then there's a door right there too.
Oh, they're like sitting there.
That's the line for it.
Are they playing that way?
Yeah, they're going back.
I'm scared to turn.
Oh, you have a question?
Yeah, how did you find out about Bronies, and how did you, what inspired you to like, hey, I'm a Brony now, what's your Brony story?
Oh, first when I first started watching the show, I just sort of found it out of related YouTube videos, and it mainly from YouTube poops and some other little quick clips. I think like one of the first clips I saw was from Party of One, and then I just started watching the episodes from the beginning because I like doing that with cartoons, and I didn't really know about Bronies until like after I finished watching season 1. Because in the last episode in the comments, people were saying, "I guess I'm a Brony now." So, and I'm like, "Brony, what?" And then I looked into it, and yeah, I was like, "Okay, I'll do this." So, because I kept wanting more content because I already finished the season 1, so I was like, what now? I want more. So, yes?
What's your opinion about Fox News?
Fox News?
Oh, God. Well, they actually had a more recent one that was.
Yeah, they had a more recent article about Bronies in the military that was actually sort of positive. But that was an online article. It wasn't like a video or anything. But the like the Red Eye stuff, that's kind of their late night comedy thing. But I don't know. I feel like they don't know what they're talking about half the time, or all the time.
Yeah.
Like our show, not just Bronies.
Fox News tried to Fox News tried to get rid of Family Guy because of the comment that Family Guy said about the Down syndrome's child with Sarah Palin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she tried to cancel Family Guy. Sarah Palin did.
Oh, wow.
And she failed miserably at it.
Yes, she did.
Oh, well. Yes?
Yeah. Since all this talk about Red Eye and stuff like that, what is your opinion about Rule 34?
If you saw my talk yesterday, I said that it's not really something that bothers me, because like I said in the talk that stuff like that's going to be in every fandom in existence, so it's just going to be there.
Might as well accept it.
Yes?
Better question, will there be Rule 34 in the documentary?
More of a discussion.
I mean, we do have a couple of people who briefly mention it, but as far as like making it a subject to talk about, not really.
Okay. Price averted.
Yeah, if anything, it would just be really vague. So, because I do have some people who message me on the Kickstarter like, "Can I watch this with my little sister?" Or like Flutterwhat was someone who we interviewed who wants to watch it with his dad. So yeah, I'm not gonna go in depth with that at all. So yes.
Has being a Brony affected your relationship with anybody around you? Like,
Yes, actually. There's this one person I was friends with for a while. He was my friend Russell, and he like I don't really know why, like, because he did it to me before, where he just like ended our friendship, and he did it before, and then like later, like a year later, he apologized for it, and then because like after we got funded for the Kickstarter, he said congratulations on getting funded, and then he said, I hope it crashes and burns, and then I was like, I thought he was joking to begin with, but then we got into an argument, so yeah, it has affected me a bit. So, and also I stopped talking to some of my friends because that's just mainly because we're grown up now. We're not going to high school together, so that's more of that. But yeah, I guess it has affected me a bit.
We'll be your friends.
Okay, it's yeah, it's almost. What do they say about the? Oh, was it? Oh. Okay. So apparently Brony right now starts at 12:30 now.
Yeah. Okay, so now what do we do?
I don't know.
Pre-show. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color, turquoise.
Tell us more about yourself. Talk about yourself.
I talked about this yesterday, but one thing I really like about being a Brony is that I guess it lets you be more so yourself. Because I said this before yesterday, and I said that like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But before I was a Brony, I still wasn't exactly what society wanted me to be as a man. Like, I wasn't exactly a tough guy. I didn't like sports that much. I'm also like vocal and some. I even watched like Boiled Cash. Basically a book series based on cats.
Huh.
What?
Alright, I'm gonna go see if Mr. Benny is here.
We can just chill here for now.
I guess so. We're still gonna be here for Brony Breakdown. I'm not sure if they're gonna force you out or anything.
So Brony Breakdown isn't here?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's not in Panel 2 anymore. Because I need a projector.
Can we save our seats? We have our stuff.
Bam, story done.
Yes? Yes?
Has being a Brony affected your relationship with your parents?
Not really. I mean, they're really cool about it. So.
Well, mine too, basically, because I grew up. See, my dad was a big Trekkie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we watched Star Trek Next Generation together. He was extremely open about my interests. He was extremely open about me being a cosplayer, a furry, and a Brony.
Cool. Yeah, my dad actually went to BronyCon with me. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Not yet. Right. I need to call Ben. Alright. Thank you for coming out. So if you're still here for Brony Breakdown, you can stay, I guess.
How many more minutes until that's gonna start?
Half hour.
Yeah, it starts at 12:30, so in about 28 minutes.
Oh, okay.